familiar with Microsoft Teams, and also learn that Microsoft Teams is about communication and collaboration. It's a digital platform that allows educators to create interactive lesson as well as engage with students, which makes it a great platform for online teaching, especially right now with COVID-19. So what is face-to-face teaching? So face-to-face teaching is our traditional, as you can see, traditional learning where a teacher is physically present as well as the students, and we are all interacting physically. And digital teaching basically means integrating digital tools or resources or technology into learning and teaching. And then what is distance learning? Distance learning is basically online learning where you have access to your resources 24/7, where everything or the aspects of learning and teaching can happen online. All right, so what happens is that digital teaching is divided into two. So it's divided into synchronous learning as well as asynchronous learning. And what is asynchronous learning? So asynchronous learning means that learning happens at different time where students can access pre-recorded lessons as well as work on assignments at their own time while looking at a due date. And then synchronous learning, it happens at the same time, like right now, which is a live session that we're having, where we are in the same online environment and having a session or class at the same time. So those are the difference between synchronous and asynchronous learning, which I believe we integrate them nowadays as we have rotational classes in our schools where sometimes we include asynchronous learning and other times we include synchronous learning, depending at your method of teaching. And then we'll dive into this question. What are your goals for digital teaching? Maybe we could have one person just answer or give us their goals for digital teaching. Do we have a hand? What are your goals for digital teaching? Before we share our goals. I think it's Bikicha. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. You'll correct me once you unmute. You can unmute and tell me your goals for digital teaching. I'm not sure if it's Mandlakazi.
Yes, it is Mandlakazi.
All right. So you can unmute and share your goals for digital teaching. Okay. Not sure what's happening there.
Okay, I see a hand from Tabongwe. Maybe Tabo wants to try.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can hear you.
Okay, all right. My goals are that the learners are not at the back foot when the normal schooling resume, and at the same time, I'm using digital technologies because I want to be I am the online content designer. I don't only want to use technology to present lessons. I want to create content and be able to disseminate content and make sure that also the learners are prepared for university, because according to research, it has been discovered that when these learners are not exposed to these technologies, when they get to university, they struggle to use them. Thank you.
All right, Tabongwe, you can go next.
Thank you. I think it's basically, enabling one to teach beyond the four walls of the classroom. Thank you.
We will take our last hand from, I don't know how to say the names, forgive me. It's written Umbraco.
Umbraco.
Umbraco, thank you for correcting me.
Yes. For me, digital teaching is all about reaching the broader society, going beyond the school, going beyond the district, and being able to reach learners who are even in the deep rural areas. So for me, free online content for the learners out there is best for me. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll share my screen again so we could continue. All right. So we as Schoolnet South Africa has thought that our goal for digital teaching would be to maintain contact with learners, especially now during COVID-19, and also continue with teaching and learning, as well as connect with our school communities. Right. So now, before we get started with exploring Microsoft Teams, you can access Teams on Office 365 account and find it on http://www.office.com. So now, when you go onto this website, please know that you will have to sign in if you have your Office 365 account or you already know it, or you'll have to sign up for I think it's the free version of Office 365. Matapele, you can correct me there if I'm wrong.
Yes, that's correct. It's the free version.
All right. So now, okay, there's someone's microphone muted. Kindly mute it for me, please. All right. Sorry about that. So I'll just play you a short video about Microsoft Teams. Do let me know if you could hear the sound.
Sorry, can I ask something?
Yes, you may.
I don't see the screen. You just see the name of the people only.
It could be that you have connectivity issues, because with Microsoft Teams, if your connectivity is not strong, or rather, yeah, it usually doesn't connect great if the connectivity is not strong enough. So maybe give it some time, or you could rejoin the session for it to connect again.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like I won't be able to play the video because it says system audio sharing was stopped, so it's not going to play. So we'll just dive right into Microsoft Teams and just show you the ins and outs of Microsoft Teams and then do a demo session. So when you log on to Microsoft Teams and you get into the app or you download it onto your laptop, this is the screen that you'll get. So mine is already populated with teams. So what I mean with teams is that we have Language Arts 102, which is a team. We have Algebra 101, which is also a team. We have Language Arts 101, which is a team. So all the ones that are indicated with initials are teams, and then anything below it are called channels. So this is how your teams would look when it's populated. And then once you log in, just to take you through Teams, so you have the Me space, and in the Me space, you have the app bar, which shows you all the applications that are on your Teams. Normally, or the general ones, are your activity, which when you have a message, your chats, if you want to chat with anyone there, your teams, your meetings, files, as well as assignments, if you pin your assignments there. On the Me space, again, we have the left rail. So what it means is that whatever you click on the app bar will appear on the left rail. So right now we selected the teams, and this is the left rail that appears. From there, we have the Wii Space. In the Wii Space is when you have selected your team, and it will show you your team's name, as well as your task navigation that you are on the team language, the team called Language Arts 101 in the general channel. So like I said, you have your team, and then you have your channel. And then let me scroll down. You have your tabs. On your tabs, this is where you're able to see your conversations, the files attached under your teams, and any application that you add onto your Teams. This can be your notebook, this can be your YouTube, this could be your assignments, anything that you feel is suited. Sorry about that. And then this is your Canva. So this is your whole space in Microsoft Teams when you have selected your team and are working. So now I'm going to do a demo session and show you how to get into Microsoft Teams. Any questions so far before I get into the demo session? I will be very slow in the demo session so you're able to follow through. So that was just a quick rundown of what I'm going to show you right now. Any questions so far?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm trying to find out whether we are recording this so that we can also share with colleagues at work.
I believe we are. Matapela, are we recording?
Yes, we are recording, and what will happen is everybody who completes the attendance register will get a link to the recorded version of the session.
Okay, thank you so much.
And what happens is that once your colleagues are able to see the first recording, we will be having a series of these workshops starting from today, of course, so they can join through with other sessions so that they're able to get comfortable with Microsoft Teams. So today's session is basically just introduction, and they can join through from there. Right. So what you do?
Hi, Queen.
Yes, is there another question?
Yes, please.
Yes.
It's Dawn.
Okay.
I don't know if it's possible for you to set your screen on a full screen because it's so small. I can't see properly.
It is on a full screen on my side.
Okay, because I can see your slides on the side.
Maybe if she runs it, if she put it on slideshow on.
Yeah, because it's faint.
Okay,
You can't see where you're pointing. I only see the cursor moving around, but I don't see what's written where you're pointing.
Okay, so what happens now is I'm sharing my screen. So I'm sharing Google Chrome and not slides anymore.
Okay, right now it's fine, but with the previous one, yeah.
Okay, I'll do so. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Hi.
All right, great. So you'll go to www.office.com. And then from there, you'll click on sign in if you have your account.
Hello?
Sign up for a free version. Is there a question?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I cannot see what you're doing. My screen is like it went, oh, it's back. Can you start all over from the Google Chrome?
All right.
Hello?
So let me stop sharing and let's just take some questions before I continue. Or rather, can we ask the questions at the end of the session, unless if you can't see my screen?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we also ask that any other question that's not relating to not seeing the screen, you just direct to the WhatsApp link that we shared?
Okay, this is just an input.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I've seen that a lot of people, they're struggling with their screens. So how about they change the resolution to, I think most of them, they're using the portrait. So let them change it to landscape so that they can see properly.
Okay, that's a good suggestion.
Hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh,
We're just gonna take the last 2 comments.
Okay, speaking of WhatsApp link, can I have the WhatsApp link because I don't have it?
Okay, the WhatsApp link is. Okay, let me share my screen again.
Let's finish here.
So it's https://tinyurl.com/y49cfksg. So that's our WhatsApp Q&A. Let's continue with the session for the sake of other people. So, like I said,
hello, can you please repeat the link? Please repeat the link because you're moving too fast.
Okay.
It's https.
Queen, can we ask all participants to just take a quick picture of the screen so that we move on?
All right, I'll just stop here for like a minute. But it's https://tinyurl.com/ small letter y 49 small letter f cfksg. All right, I'll continue.
The link still is not showing on the Google Chrome. I don't know where you're typing the link. I'm
Hi,
only
Queen.
seeing the Google Chrome page. I can't see the link. There's no link.
All right, let's do this. We'll take questions at the end of the session. For the sake of time, let's continue. At the end of the session, we'll take any questions that you have.
I will also send an SMS to participants with the link now.
All right, thank you so much,
Okay.
Pindi. All right, let's dive into Teams. We apologize for any delays. So let's just get right into Teams. Like I said, to access Teams, you'll go to www.office.com and you click enter. And then we'll take you to Office 365 login. So from there, you will either sign in with your Office 365 account details if you know them, or you can sign up for the free version of Office. So I will sign in because I have my login details. And then from there, I'll select my work account and my password, and then sign in. So here, to reduce the number of times you are asked to sign in, you can click yes or no. I'll just click no. And then from there, you get into Microsoft Office Home. So this is the home. And from here, you are looking for Microsoft Teams, the one that I'm highlighting right now. So that's Microsoft Teams with the nice, it's like two head people with the T there. And then when you click on it, it will take you into Microsoft Teams. So it's loading. Okay, because I have the web, so it will allow you to get into the Windows app or to use the web instead. But because I have already downloaded the Windows app, I will join into Microsoft Teams with the Windows app. Okay, I'll just go into my Teams just to show you because I'm already in there. All right. Just to check, does everybody see my screen? It has meeting now, join, preparing for digital teaching, so that we don't lose anyone from here. All right. So like I said, when we're doing the initial rundown of Teams, we have the app bar, which has your activity. On the activity, that's where you get your notifications if someone has added you into a team or there's any call that you got. And then we have the chats. This is where you chat with your colleagues or your students regarding anything that you need. And we have the teams. This is where you set up your teams for your schools or your different classes, as well as create meetings like we're having right now. And then you have your calendar. On your calendar, this is where you schedule your meetings at any time of the day. And then you have your calls. You could call your students if you feel there's a student that's not joining and they're supposed to be joining. And then you have files. So these are the files that you have in your Microsoft Teams. It shows you the name of the file as well as the location of the file. Right, so while we're there, there's also apps. So we have this icon here called app. Sorry about that, I was muted. We have the app icon, which allows you to add different applications within Microsoft Teams into your teams. So now I'll just show you, take you through on how to create a team and also how to add at least an application as an introduction. Right, so go back to Teams. Right, so while we're on Teams, when you go at the bottom, you'll see join or create a team. So please remember with the phone, it gives you a different view than on the laptop. So when you click on join or create a team, you have an option to create a team or to join a team with a code. So we at SchoolNet hardly use the join a team with a code and normally just create a team. So from there, you can create your team by building it from scratch or from creating it from your existing Microsoft 365 group. So we'll click at build a team from scratch. And then we'll make our team public so that our learners are able to join the team sessions. And then from there, you give your team a name. So let's say you have a class, which class? Grade 12A. And you probably teach grade 12A multiple subjects, but it's still the same learners. You'll just say grade 12A, and then you'll write down their classes underneath, the ones that you teach them. Just as an example, I'm not too sure how the system is set up now with COVID. And then you will create. Nice work, meaning that our team is created. So from there, you can add members to grade 12A. How do you add members? So you will add your students using their email addresses, their Gmail addresses, or rather even the Yahoo or the Outlook. So you will type in their email address. So let's say Lerato .mashifani @gmail.com. And then you allow it to load, and then you'll click on add leratomashifani@gmail.com as a guest. And then you add Lerato. So this will give Lerato an access to the team. Anything that is posted within the team, the student will be able to see it. All the meetings, all the documents, all the homeworks, the student will be able to see it. And let's say you want to invite your colleague as well. So your colleague is from the same organization as you. And with me, I will invite Matapelo. Matapelo Suhume is in the same organization as me, which is SchoolNet South Africa. When I add her, I have an option to make Matapelo a member or an owner. If I make her an owner, she has access to everything regarding my team. And with a member, she has limited access to my team. She cannot delete it. She can access everything else, but does not have control over the admin part of it. So we'll make her an owner because I would need her some days when I'm not available, and then we will close. So I'll just scroll down to show you our team. So here's our team, grade 12A, and this is our team. The general part is our channel. So now this is the space where we collaborate and communicate. So if I wanted to start a conversation, I'll click on new conversation and I'll speak to everyone that's there. And then if I had a question specifically for Matapelo and did not want anyone to see it, I will do the @ sign. So I'll say @ Matapelo. please submit your homework. And this message will go directly to Matapelo, and everybody else on the team will not see this message. So Lerato Mashifani will not be able to see this message because it's directly linked to Matapelo. And just to take you through, like I said, we have posts, we have files, we have wiki, and we have the plus sign. On the plus sign, you have an option to add. Matapelo has responded. Hi, ma'am. Yes, I forgot. So this message is sent to me. So like I said, if you want to add a YouTube video into your channel or into a lesson, you will click on Edit tab. And from there, you have multiple apps that are part of Microsoft Teams that you can select and use. So let's say you want to integrate a video into your lesson or into a meeting with your colleagues. You'll click on YouTube and then you'll click on Add. Once you've added your tab, you can then now Google the video that you want or paste the link that you found on the side. And we will say introduction to show you how it looks. Search. From there, you select a video that you like. Right. And then you select the video and then you save. Once you save, a new tab will appear with the video that you'll be integrating. So that student called Lerato, when she downloads her Teams app and goes to the team, she'll be able to see the post, the files, wiki, as well as the video that you have included into the Teams. And when it goes to the post part, it shows that I have included a team, a YouTube channel, or a YouTube video called Welcome to Microsoft Teams. So all learners are able to see that ma'am or sir has edited a video and I need to watch that specific video. I can just type in, please watch the video for introduction. And then they'll be able to see that this is the video they have to watch for introduction. And then while we're still on the conversation part, at the bottom, there is multiple icons you could use to make your conversations with learners more interesting. You could change the format. You could attach documents while you're there. You could put on some emojis. You could type some GIFs, because I know students like GIFs as well, to just make the lesson a bit fun. You could send out some stickers, and you can also customize the stickers just to show you. And customize the stickers for your students. You could also send out Stream. So Stream is like YouTube, but specifically for Microsoft. You could praise your student. You could include Microsoft Forms or a quick quiz if you want. Like we edit our YouTube, you're able to click on YouTube and it will show, and so forth. So on your tap button on your conversations, you're able to do quite a lot in terms of interactions with your students. Right, so this is our general channel. If I am teaching grade 12A and I want to have a channel specific for life sciences, and in that channel, we only talk about life sciences and nothing else, how do I go about doing that? So what you do is that you go to your Microsoft Teams, your grade 12A Teams, and you click on more options. And once you're on more options, you will click on add a channel. And then from there, you will type in the name of your channel. So it will be Life Science. And then you can write your description if you want. And on privacy, you can make it standard, accessible to everyone on team, or private, accessible to specific learners on teams. So this is just options that you as a teacher will prefer. And then we will click on automatically show this channel on everybody's channel list. So this is everyone that is included within your teams. So all members in your teams will be able to see that you've added a channel called
Sorry,
Life
ma'am.
Science. Yes.
Sorry, ma'am.
I'm
Can
listening.
you request the attendees to mute their pictures because they are disturbing? We no more follow. Please.
Kindly switch off your videos, please.
Because we're trying to follow what you are showing us. So now we're busy viewing their faces.
Apologies for that. Can we kindly if only we had the options to do that. We unfortunately can mute and not stop the videos.
Madi VC 2 more is the one, eh?
Kindly please, so we can continue with the session. All right. Okay, I'll just quickly go back a bit. Like I said, you'll put in the channel's name. You'll create your privacy standard, whether you want it to be accessible to everyone or accessible to specific people, and you'll click on add. So now we've added a channel called Life Sciences. So what this means is that as a grade 12A teacher that teaches life sciences, under the channel called Life Sciences, we will discuss anything life science related. Anything else that's not life science related will go into the general tab. Everything else will come to the life science tab. So that is how you create a channel, a team, as well as integrate a couple of applications or make your conversations more interactive, because we know our students now like visual things and RGIF people, so you could use that for your students. Matapel, is there something else that I'm missing? Okay, let's see if we could see. Oh, this is download. Okay.
I think we sorted in terms of the tabs at the top, Quinn. There's a request, however, on the WhatsApp to please look at working on calendar.
Working on calendar. Right. Okay, so on calendar, let me click on calendar. This is where you set up your meeting like a normal calendar on your Google. So you will click on, okay, let me just click for 6 o'clock. And then from there, so you basically create a meeting. You have an option, let me go back. You have an option to schedule a meeting for a specific date, schedule a live event. So a live event is if you have a large group to, let's say you are an accounting teacher and they have asked you to teach all the accounting classes a specific topic. You will then have to select a live class because you will be dealing with a larger group. Maybe there will be more than 250. That's where you'll go with live event. You can also meet now. So meeting now basically means I click on meet now, I call Matapelo, I call Pindi, and we meet right now. So that is what it means. So I'll just click on calendar just to show you how to schedule a meeting. Okay, so when you schedule a meeting, we will name it meeting test. And you will put in your required attendees, the people that are required to attend. So it would be Matapelo is required to attend Pindi is required to attend. Anybody from the Gmail, let's say Quensifala at Gmail. Okay, she was added. Let's try someone who doesn't, that I haven't added as a member. Rato at gmail.com. The results are not found. So Lerato is not part of my members, but I can still invite Lerato to join my meeting. So what Lerato will do when she opens her Gmail, she'll get a meeting invite. But it takes some time to show on their side. And then we have the optional. These are people that can attend. So we'll just say the principal can attend. And then you set your date, the 14th September, and all your time requirements. And then if it's a weekly session, a monthly session, you could select that. For me, it does not repeat. And then you can add your channel, meaning this meeting is under which team, basically. If it's just a meeting that does not have a team, that's also fine. But if this is a meeting for grade 12A, you'll click grade 12A. If it's about life sciences, you click on life sciences. And then you'll add your location if you have any location. Usually we just type in online and we use online as a location. And then you will then type in your meeting details. Sorry, I'll just type some gibberish for the purpose of time. And then we'll scroll down just to make sure. Like I said here, the same thing appears. You can do the format as you want, and then you click on send. So it's loading now. Once it's okay, it will turn blue usually. It's taking a bit of some time. I want to show you how to get the link once the meeting is created. Okay, unable to schedule event, something went wrong, edit event to try again. Okay, I'm not too sure what happened there. So let's try again. Can you please mute, Matapele, can you please mute everyone? I'll unmute myself. Right. All right, sorry about that. Looks like it's still loading, but that is how you set up a meeting. Just to show you how do you get a meeting link, I'll go to Teams and just look for an event that was already created. Oh, it was created. There it is. So it looks like the meeting was created. Can we mute our mic, please, for the sake of others? Can we be? Thank you for that. Once you have created your meeting and it has loaded and everything is fine, you can scroll down. And when you scroll down, there's the link that says join Microsoft Teams meeting. So this link here is the link that you share with your colleagues and your students to join a session. So you will right click so you can copy the link and then you will share with your students. So let me just start a new conversation and paste the link. Usually we shorten the link so that it's not too long. So we'll just go to tinyurl or bit.ly to just shorten the link for the purpose of it not looking like a paragraph. And then that will be it. Is there any questions from the WhatsApp group?
We don't have any more questions. They participants just requested for us to share the register. I just sent the link in the WhatsApp group. What I'll do is I'll paste it in the chat box here as well.
And also we will share the attendance register via emails as well. But let's take some questions while I'm still sharing my screen on Microsoft Teams. you will direct me, Matapelo, with the questions.
All right. We have a question from Madiba. Madiba, please unmute.
Mudiba PA.
Mudiba.
Mudiba PA.
Sorry about that.
Okay, ma'am. I heard you about talking about a WhatsApp group. I just try to look on it on my phone, but I can't find it.
Okay, so what we'll do with the WhatsApp group, we will have an hour between 5 and 6 for questions. So we will, I think the best thing to do is probably share the link via email or SMS. And then from there, you can ask any questions that you have on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So how the WhatsApp group works is that the SMS you will receive has got the link for joining the WhatsApp group. So you just follow that link and it will take you straight to the WhatsApp group, and that's where you post all your questions.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, next question.
Our next question is from, sorry, I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but it looks like Ambreko. Ambreko, please unmute your mic, or Umbrako.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for the presentation. I think it was very insightful. I've struggled a lot with what you have been doing previously in the previous years, trying to get my teams working correctly, but I'm happy now I have some direction.
That's great.
Yes.
I'm hoping.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I was just wondering, zero rating, or in terms of zero rating, most of my learners that I would be teaching would be having challenges buying data bundles. So how zero rated is this whole links that we are dealing with?
Matapelo, I'll give that question to you.
Thank you.
Okay. So currently, Microsoft Teams is not zero rated. So whatever it is that you will be using, or whenever it is you will be using, there's a charge that's attached to it. However, the ideal situation is that, for instance, you try using some data saving tips. And what we have advised other teachers is to try and have pre-recorded lessons and then posting them in the general folder where you can post the link, and then the learners can watch, and then you can have a text discussion, because as you know, text consumes much less data than video.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's what yes. No, thanks a lot.
What we've also advised is that you have shorter live sessions where you set them apart for one-on-one interactions. So in the event that you had a lesson and it was all text-based, but learners are struggling with a particular concept, then that's when they join in for a live lesson.
Okay. Yeah. What I'm mostly interested in again is taking an introductory video.
Yes.
And being able to share it with the kids on the platform. Can you perhaps take us through that again? Just
okay.
Just a quick run through of it.
Redo.
Yeah, please, if you can.
Okay. Quinn, can I ask that we take the question from Pasela TM, and then from there what we can do is delve back into adding that YouTube tab or link as an introductory video.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, madam. My request is that my question is based on why is it from me on my side that I cannot be able to use the it says on my chat in channel meeting is only available to team members. Why is it like this?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So with regards to the chat function, so our Microsoft or our Office 365, it's generally for SchoolNet South Africa. So for you to be able to have access to our chat function, we will have to add you as a member to the team for you to have access to the chat function. So it's generally because you're not part of SchoolNet, but as time goes, as the session goes, we will add people into our teams or colleagues into the teams so that you have the full functionalities of the chats and so forth.
My pleasure.
All right, awesome. Is there a last question or should I dive into the introductory video?
There's another question from Mudiba.
Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yes, request machine just to switch off the video.
The request is to
Miss Mwasheng to switch off the video, ma'am.
Okay. Colleagues, can you please switch off the videos?
Whilst you're setting up, I would like to read some of the questions here, Quinn, and perhaps we can delve back into some of the items here. One says, if your calendar does not appear on the left where it is supposed to appear, how do you make it appear?
Okay. I think Matapelo, you best to answer that question because it has to do with admin rights and so forth. Because what happens is that some of the icons are not activated in some of the what you call Office accounts that you're not able to see the calendar. Even if you check on your extra applications here, you probably might not find the calendar. And this is because of the settings of the specific Office 365 account. Matapelo, you can correct me there.
Yes, that's correct, Quinn. So for all those that have logged in using their work accounts, so if your school is registered under the department and they've given you an address or an Office 365 account and you are not able to access your calendar, the only reason that's the case is because the admin team have disabled that feature for you. So what needs to happen then is you need to get in touch with the IT department and ask that they give you permission to have access to your calendar. But generally, when you have a personal or a private Teams account, the calendar option will be activated and it will be there.
Great.
Queen, can I also come in there?
Yes, you can.
Alternatively, they can set up their meeting from Outlook.
Oh, yes.
If they don't have
that's
access
correct.
to the calendar.
All right. The lady that's speaking now is Hlengiwe Mfeka. She's also one of our Microsoft Teams experts. So, yeah. You can also use Outlook as she has stated.
Yeah. Someone says, I wish we could do OneNote. So there's an interest. Someone is voicing out interest for OneNote. I think one of our sessions later in the series does speak to OneNote.
Yes, it does. So I'm not too sure which session is it because we're busy trying to swap them around to make them fun. But we will cover OneNote and Notebook and so forth. So we will cover a section about the applications under Microsoft as well.
The other thing I'd like to acknowledge Utabo Ngwe, who's also helping out on the chat side by giving ideas on how we can resolve some of the calendar issues we're having. Much appreciated, Tabo.
Thank you, Tabo. Any other questions, Matapelo?
We've got one from we've got a hand raised from M.E. Mamabolo.
Hi, Mamabolo.
I'm fine. Yeah, I just wanted to check how convenient is the Microsoft Teams visual teaching assist us in this staggered attending of grades. So like maybe for example, because I understand it needs emails. Maybe if I talk to my teachers, 3 or 4 of them, and maybe they connect through their emails in different classrooms, will it be working?
I'm not too sure if I understand the question. Matapelo, did you understand? Maybe you can answer a lot better.
I'm also not sure if I get the question, but I think it's got to...
Hello?
Can
Raymond
I
here.
just make it clear?
Yeah,
yes,
you can
please
make
clarify
it clear
for us.
Yeah, what I was saying is, since the Microsoft Teams, it's more effective on not face-to-face teaching. The question is, since the school grades are attending in different ways. For example, you find that you have 4 grades, 1 grade at occupying 4 classrooms. How will I make sure that I teach at once? Like as I was saying, maybe I use the emails for 4 of my colleagues. So what other tools would be needed? The projectors and the like. So that at least all learners in the classroom could see what I'm teaching.
Okay.
I see what you mean. So generally, what you will need is some form of projector. So
Okay.
and then what you'd also need is connecting devices, a laptop for each of the classes that you will be projecting in.
Okay.
And the ideal situation is if you could identify a teacher for each of those classes so that they monitor the sessions as they go. So whilst you're teaching in one of the classes, the lesson can be projected in the rest of the other classes, and then you have someone who monitors the other classes. So in the event where learners have got questions within the class, then the teacher can assist in terms of feeding the questions, and then you can respond back, and all the learners will be able to see you explain the concept.
Thank you so much.
All right. So Hlengi, would you like to add?
I think Matapelo has answered it well.
All right, great. Any other questions, Matapelo?
I see hand raised from the very same people, Mudiba and Mama Bolu, but I think that we've responded to the questions. There's one from Mr. T. Mwekezi. Would you like to say something, Mr. T?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, very well, thanks.
Yes, I have got a question here. My question is it possible that we can post the lesson for the learners to be able to access it at any time, or learners should always be online for them to access the information that you will be providing or giving at that moment?
Okay.
Okay. You can go for it, Matapelo.
Okay, so what happens is when you connect and you're online and you post a lesson, the lesson stays within the group or the team, and any learner who logs in or signs in is then able to see. So they won't be able to see the lesson unless they sign in. So it works in a similar way as WhatsApp. In the event where you've got a notification that someone has sent you something, you won't be able to see the content unless you open the message. So it works in a similar way. Where you've loaded content, it will notify, and then it will be their duty to then follow up and make sure that they complete the work or look at the work that you've shared.
Yeah, so the best thing for students to have is to download the Teams app and have it on their phone so they can access the information at any time of the day.
Oh, okay. No, it makes sense. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, let me do the introductory video like as requested. So right now we are in the Life Science channel in our grade 12A team, and we would like to introduce a topic in, what's my favorite topic in life science? Topic in, Matapel. What are the topics in life sciences, Matapel? Diversity.
Genesis.
Genetics. Yes, genetics. So we'll click on add a tab and we'll click on YouTube. It's loading. And then we'll search for, or rather maybe you've already searched for the video, you found it, you can paste the link, but let's say genetics, let's say life science. And then you search. Okay, if you find a video that you like for introduction, these ones are so big, they don't look like introductions. You will just select any video that you like. And then make sure that the box at the bottom is ticked so that the students get a message that there is a video that has been posted for them as introduction. And then you click on save. And then the video will be added onto the tab as well as on your posts as a YouTube channel that has been added, but also for them to know that they need to watch it as an introduction, you'll click on reply, and then you will inform them that this is an introductory video that they need to watch, and then maybe put a sticker to say enjoy, and that will be it. Was that clear? I'm not too sure. I don't remember who asked the question.
Yes, it's Umbraco. It's Umbraco. I'm quite clear now. I got it.
Awesome. Great.
Yes,
Thanks, Queen. We've got a special request on the side. Someone says you spoke about shortening a URL, and they are interested on learning how to do that.
How to shorten a URL.
Yes. So at the end, when we've answered all the sessions, can you take us through that, Queen?
All right, I'll do that. Okay, any other question?
The other question is that can we please send an update for the next sessions? So they're looking to plan their days in advance, and they'd like a full schedule on when the next sessions will be taking place. So can we say what we will do is we will respond to everybody that's completed the register. We will then send a full-on schedule with all the dates and the topics that we have at hand. And then what will happen is, because there's others that have requested that, you know, they'd like to learn particular things, then we'll include within the sessions that we have scheduled.
All right. schedule. Matapelo, regarding to Google Classroom, before we end the session, would you like to say something regarding that?
Not for now, Quinn.
Okay. All right then. Is there any other question before I shorten the URL?
That's all on the chat group, Quinn. It's just we've got a lot of people requesting for the link to the register. We just keep on sharing it. We also are having requests for
hello.
the schedule.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so we've got a question again from Mweketi and Odeti Sibone.
Odeti.
Oh, Odeti Sibone. So we'll
Yes.
take those two hands quickly.
Okay. Can I ask, due to network, is it possible that I can be able to reconnect later and then learn the lesson from the beginning until now?
Yes. We will share the recording, and you'll be able to watch the recording from the beginning until now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. It's Raymond.
Hi, Raymond.
My question is as follows. I just wanted to check with you in terms of all the different apps that you've mentioned. You mentioned Outlook, you mentioned OneNote. Then I just wanted to check in terms of how best you know it, which one would best be convenient for a teacher and learners, more especially in primary schools, because there we have problems. Because now the apps requires learners to have emails. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm talking. So I'm just wanted to check which one can I, just for now, at least out of this session, I could also check on it by myself and see what study is about. Thank you so much.
Okay, Matapelo Sislengi, would you like to take on the question?
Hello?
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 Hi, is this still Raymond?
No, it's not Raymond.
Okay.
Hello?
Is it another question?
It's Mweketi.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
Okay, no, I just wanted, now that you have started with the sessions, does one still have time to join the upcoming sessions, even if you've not started now? Do you have a cutoff date?
No, they can still join the upcoming sessions. So what we would recommend is that that they register and maybe even send an email saying that they didn't join the initial or the first one. And what we'll do is we'll share a recording of the first one, or rather this session, and then they can carry on with the upcoming ones.
All right, Matapelo, Raymond had a
Thank you.
question. And it had to do with all the applications that we mentioned, OneNote, Outlook, and so forth. His question is, which application is suitable for primary school students? Because we're talking about emails and so forth. And Teams is applicable for, my answer is Microsoft Teams is applicable for primary school students. With them, I guess we need a settings where they are able to just join the sessions without their emails and so forth, like how all our colleagues have joined right now. You can add in Matapelo.
Yeah, I think, for primary school learners, the ideal situation is for them to join in just like we have joined in this meeting. What I also think would be ideal is where in the event they've joined using a link, then you can share a particular link in terms of a YouTube video right inside the class, and they'll just follow a link just like they followed in joining this session. In terms of OneNote, it would be a bit tricky for them to use. I don't think they'd be able to use OneNote. However, I do think that using Team as a learning platform is a possibility for them. Sharing some videos is also a possibility for them. And where learners are able to read, what you can do is you can do polls with them as well. I think there's a number of applications that we didn't speak about in this particular session. But what I think we could do is we could, at a later stage, share some tools that can be used with primary school learners.
All right, thank you for that.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. This is Leria. I can't access the link. Can you please email it to me, Matapelo?
Which link is this?
For the register.
For the register.
Yes.
Okay. Are you part of the? Have you joined the WhatsApp group, or should I? Quinn, do you wanna show it on screen?
I can do that.
Okay. So we're going to share the register now on screen. And then I think to close off the session, because I think we've had a look at all the questions. Besides, Mr. Tim Weketsi has raised their hand again. I think that will be the last question that we take, and then you can quickly take us through how you shorten a URL, Quinn.
All right. Last question.
Okay, the hand has been dropped, Quinn, so we can carry on.
Okay, let me exit. Right. So I will take you through on how to shorten a link. Let me copy my long link, copy link. So there's multiple websites. The first one is Tiny URL. You just click on tinyurl.com, shorten a long link, and then from there you enter a long link in this bar, you paste it, and then you click on make a tiny URL, and then this, yes.
No, your screen wasn't showing, but I think it's come back to life.
Okay, let me go back then so we could be fair to everyone. Okay, so like I said, you go to tinyurl.com and then you enter your long URL. So you'll paste your link and then you'll click on make tiny URL. And then from there, scroll down a bit and then you will see your URL as HTTPS and so forth. So this will be your tiny URL. Just to test if it's working, it should take us into a meeting. So join conversation, so it's working. And then another side, it's bit.ly. So bit.ly, you need to, okay, you can still shorten without an account, but I'll just show you with my account now. So I've logged into my bit.ly account and then you'll click on create. And then from there you will paste your, okay, I need to recopy the URL. Copy link, create, paste your long URL, then you'll click on create. You can add a title so you can monitor it. So how to shorten URL Teams test, and then you'll click on copy to copy your URL. So it's bit.ly/2fe and so forth. To test that it's working, you'll paste. It should take us to a meeting, and there it does. So that is how you shorten your URL. Matapelo will share the link to tinyurl as well as bit.ly.com into the WhatsApp group. and we'll also share them in our email with the recording as well.
Thanks, Quinn. Quinn, if you don't mind, we've got a follow-up question to a question that was shared slightly earlier on. The question was relating to joining a class using a link. The request is that can you please demo how you create this class where you are able to just to share a link and people are able to join.
Okay, right. Okay, so on your team, you can either go to calendar or you can go to the icon written meet with the video. So we will schedule a meeting, just a quick one. Test again. Time, I'll just leave it as that. Location, we'll leave it at that. And then you'll type in your story to your students, and then you will send the meeting. So once you've filled in all these areas here, you will send the meeting, and the meeting will load in your post. You will click on your meeting, and then from there, you will scroll down a bit on your where you write your meeting information, and then where it says join meeting Microsoft Teams meeting, you will right click and you copy the link. There's one thing that you always must check before you share your link. I was gonna share this in one of the sessions, but I'll just take you through now. Once you've created your meeting, you must go to meeting options just to check your settings for the meeting. So this is where it's loading. This is where you check who can bypass the lobby, meaning that everyone can bypass. So you don't have to wait to be admitted to join the session. Who can present? Everyone. That means everyone can present. So the settings are fine. You save. So that means everybody will be able to join with no issue, without having to join with an email or anything. So that's how you set up a meeting, and then now you can copy your link and share with your students. But also with regards to students not joining with their Gmails, it also has to do with admin of how your office is set up. Where you have to allow domains such as Gmail and Outlook and Yahoo to be able to join without having any issues. But that's the admin part of things. If they sort that out, you're able to connect as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yes, it's just a matter of whitelisting the domains, and then they should be able to go through.
Yeah.
I think we've run over the allocated time.
20 minutes.
So any other questions will need to feed into the WhatsApp group. And what we'll do is we'll try to respond to all the questions on the WhatsApp group. And if a question is relating to an upcoming session, we'll just hold it until the next session. That's all from my side, Quinn. I don't know if there's anything else from your end.
I'll just like to say thank you for joining us today. Hope you will join us again on our next session. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, to get an update on the sessions that are coming up. Yeah, that will be all from me, and thank you so much for being patient with all our technical glitches in the sessions. We really appreciate you joining us today, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.